Hi guys, Daryl here. Today's video is kind of going to be a chat about Apple CarPlay. You know, I've bragged and bragged and bragged about how Apple CarPlay is the best thing in the world for an Uber driver, and it is. The 10.2-inch screen on my Bolt, it's a great navigation system. It works fantastic. But here's our issues. Yesterday, I made a video because I went out and I drove for Uber for the first time in 8 months. Since the middle of August, I have not driven. So I thought, I'm going to go out and make a video and I'm going to drive and I'll videotape in between customers. I would never videotape customers in the car or anything like that. I would never want to jeopardize anything. But my theory was, I'll do an intro on Uber, getting back to doing some Uber driving part-time. Then I'll go through a customer and then I'll explain how that went and how long of a trip. Got all done with that yesterday and had no audio on any of my video. I started Googling on YouTube and the Google machine. Come to find out, a lot of YouTubers who really have big channels, you know, not my itty bitty baby channel, but that have big channels have the same issue with Apple CarPlay. It's a glitch in the system. Some people said, oh, you got to turn your radio off. Some people said, you got to try this. You got to move the stereo on your phone to mono. And then you got to do this and you got to do that and hold your foot sideways and put your arm over, you know, it's like, seriously, I've made numerous videos in the Bolt and the video worked fine. And I'm assuming I was connected to Apple CarPlay. I don't know. So that whole video is going to be now condensed into a stupid 2-minute earnings report from yesterday. So yesterday was Monday, what was it? Monday the 24th? Yeah. So I went out for what Uber considers 2 hours and 6 minutes. I had 5 trips and I made $61.60 yesterday in a couple of hours. Now, I marked down on my spreadsheet that I was gone 2.5 hours. So what happens is my town doesn't have a lot of Uber traffic. So as soon as I go on duty here, 99 times out of 100, I get shipped 15 miles away, normally, for a pickup. Now, I'm paid because in an extended length, they pay me, you know, a half of 1/4 of 1/10 of 1 cent per mile or something. It's very minute. But they do pay me. So I accept that because I'm on duty, and then I normally take that first trip, which takes me to Peoria, Illinois, and then I run around Peoria normally, and it can be anything from like yesterday's first trip, the pickup was on the south end of Peoria, about, I'd say 15 to 17 miles from my house, picked up. Then they were going to work on the north end of Peoria, way out. Dropped them off. My next trip was back down to the south end of Peoria to pick up another client and take them somewhere. The algorithm I've never figured out. I'll never get it figured out. I stopped trying last year or whenever, 2 years ago. You keep thinking that it's going to have you, oh, you're close to this person needs a ride. They're a mile away. No. The drop-off points are going to be, no. You drive forever empty-handed on the way to pick up people. But I tell you that to tell you this, that's where I ended up driving 85 miles yesterday to make $61. Less than $1 a mile, which I've seen the big Uber drivers that are like, I make $2 a mile or $7 a mile or I don't take it and blah, blah, blah. Maybe if I lived in central Peoria, and I could have cut down my 17 miles over and my 17 miles home after I'm all done, I could have cut 34 miles out of there. So At that rate, I could have cut my 85 miles down to 51 miles or something like ish, you know. That may have worked better, okay? But I don't, and that's where it goes. I mean, every now and then I'll get a trip here with a close pickup, and then maybe they're going to Peoria or something, but normally it sends me immediately to Peoria. So that's why it was an okay day. Like I said, 2 hours and 6 minutes of on-air time for 6160 is, you know, $30 an hour gross, you know, and I used probably, I don't know, 20 cents in electricity or whatever. I can get that calculated out and figured out for you. But anyway, so let me switch to number 2 on this. Today, I had listened to some of the people that were talking on YouTube about, oh, turn your radio off and then your video will have audio. It's dealing with your radio system. That's why Apple CarPlay has got that. No, that's wrong too, okay? Because I did that. And then this morning, first thing, I took Thor, the Chevy Bolt, into the auto body shop to get the headlight put in that was ordered back in November. And so it's been in for a couple of weeks, but they called me when I was in South Florida, and I said, look, I've been waiting 3 months or 4 months. You can hang on a couple of weeks until I get home. And then we scheduled it, and then it was going in this morning. So I did a video this morning as I was driving to the auto body shop, and I thought, from listening to the people in YouTube who thought they knew what they were talking about, which was wrong, that it would actually work with audio again. Got all done, no audio dropping the car off this morning. Now, they're going to have the car all day. I hope they're done by the end of the day, but they have to tear the bumper, the grill part out, everything has to come apart to get to the headlight to replace my headlight. Now, I told them that I want to keep my old headlight. God forbid that I need another headlight someday. I'd like to have this one kept in my garage so that I will have it available. I don't want to wait for 3 or 4 months for it to come from another country. So they're acting like, well, there might be a core charge. I might have to send it in. It's like, just give me the headlight. Okay, put it in the car on the floorboard. It'll be fine. So I'll wait to hear from them. I got a couple more ideas. I'm going to actually try being mic'd up through this route. I'm going to turn off my Bluetooth in the car on my phone, so maybe it won't hook up to Apple CarPlay, and try videos that way. We're going to try several things because I know you guys like the driving videos like I do in the Bolt. And it would work sometimes, so I don't understand. I've made numerous videos of people in the car, and it worked. So anyway, enough of the rant. If you guys have any answers, I've tried everything I could find on different people trying stuff. So we're going to just basically, I'm going to turn Bluetooth off on my phone. I'm going to try not to be connected to it. Unfortunately, I need Bluetooth to attach my microphone. So there's going to be several different things we're going to try once we get the car back to see if I actually can do a video with audio. Okay. So this was kind of a conglomeration of half Uber, half taking the car to the shop to get the last part fixed on my car versus deer accident from November. And unfortunately, it's made in my kitchen. I don't know what else to tell you. It's kind of one of them frustrating things that you're like, I've tried all these different things and nothing seems to work. I've seen a bunch of people listed how, oh yeah, Apple CarPlay has this issue and that issue and those, you know. So for all the good that it does, this is the negative side of that. So, all right, we're about, I'd say 9.5, 10 minutes into this video. I got to wrap it up. I don't want to be too boring. So if this is the kind of content you like, that's great. I want to get back to make driving videos and the stuff we like to do. But anyway, so please like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any way around Apple CarPlay so we can have audio on these videos. And that's about it. Thanks, guys.